10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Night Stalker.
Dire team pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Hello everybody, real quick before we start, of course, I just want to talk a little bit about our sponsors. Without them, of course, none of this would be all possible for Global Grandmasters. So, of course, shout out to our sponsors, fanabit.com, Esports Live Score, Dota 2 Lounge, ProDotA, Go2 Gamers, as well as Kingwin. We're extremely grateful for their help. Thanks to them, we can now watch this great game of Dota 2. So let's jump right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back into the Global Grandmasters presented by ProDotA. We're here with Imperial versus Kaipi in a 2-game series. Kaipi, of course, pretty dominant in that first game. And guess what? We have 2 more best of 2s after this one is all over. And Kaipi with a win here would be in a very good spot looking towards that playoffs here for Group B. Obviously, a lot of good games to come on here. But, of course, my name is Mont. With me today, as always, is Montpax. Trent, we got the answer to our question. Is Kaipi picking up the Night Stalker first? But this time, Imperial will go for Phoenix and Earth Spirit to start things off.
Thankfully. I actually just sent you a message because I'm just watching this, like, reserve time tick down.
Can you hear me?
Oh, hello. Yes. No, I had actually just sent you a message because I'm watching this reserve time tick down as we're getting ready to get all set up. I'm like, where's the Earth Spirit pick? Like, didn't get picked all of last game, and I was wondering, like, I guess they don't like it against, like, Night Stalker. They're worried that you can't control, like, a lane or something, but and such a go-to hero for Imperial. Like, just time and time again, they love pairing it up with the... And yet last traffic goes totally untouched, and they snag up a Rubik. So, not gonna let that happen again. They know that Timbersaw is coming when they go with that same Marana IO ban, and we wind up in the same spot once more here with the Timber and Night Stalker for KP.
Yeah, so this is going to be an interesting decision. These first 2 picks once more coming up for Kaipi. They worked pretty well in that first game. Should work pretty well for the second game here for Kaipi. Imperial, though, we grabbed the Earth Spirit, as you've already talked about, but Earth Spirit Phoenix, that's a good start, but what do they need to do? You talked about the greed coming out with the Mirana, or not the Mirana, rather the TA and the Sven. What do you look forward to here for Baby Knight in the mid lane and for Ace in the safe lane?
I think that's the key question there would be Baby Knight for sure. He's just a guy that, as I've watched this team kind of progress since they lost Penguin Check, he was removed from the team. They used to be so centered around his Alchemist. It was like a big part of their openers and everything, and again with this Night Stalker too. But since Baby Knight's joined the team, a lot of the games seem to kind of ride or die with him. Like, despite last game him having a pretty good start, we still saw like that mid lane. He didn't get any assistance to actually like try and bring down this Timbersaw. Like, it was still a very bad matchup for the TA in the sense that Timbersaw is just free farming. So if they can get him into something more like that Invoker, and I think KP have the right idea of getting rid of something like a Death Prophet. Like, I think they're just trying to ensure that he doesn't get a good lane dominator in this game, because I think that's where they're going to shift their focus from Imperial.
Well, we'll see how things turn out as we are going to continue on here in this draft. No more Hess to Joe Batrider in this game. No more Bone 7 Lifestealer for KP. No more Darkseer. No more Death Prophet banned out as well. And one more pick coming through. One more ban rather for KP coming out as well. Imperial, obviously. Actually, the bets, if you look at the bets, the odds right now are even, which is pretty surprising to me based off of how that last game went. I mean, you'd consider that a dominant game from KP, correct, Trent? I think.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, so it's surprising to me that people are still considering Danish Berries pretty highly in this particular draft. I know that these odds change live, so whatever happens, in the draft, whatever happens as we progress through the game, the odds will change. But you'd feel as if the odds would be a little bit more in favor of KP, given the circumstances. Right now we're at 1.82 for both teams, So maybe I'm crazy. Maybe there's something wrong with me.
I mean, I guess we'll find out if they come up with another very aggressive dual off lane and they don't have like the answers. I think Phoenix Earth Spirit should do what you would think a little bit better than the Rubik. Kind of the same. If they screw up at like the level 1, it could still be bad, but certainly gonna have a much better time rotating between mid and the safe lane to like help out. So it's a little bit easier on the dire side too. It seems can help control that top rune. Life should be, at least in the laning stage, I would think a little bit better. The question remains, what do we do against this Timbersaw on the mid?
I mean,
what's the answer to this guy?
Yeah, wasn't the answer, which I mean, maybe you needed help, maybe you needed to join. I don't know what is the answer, because there's not really a matchup mid that allows you to crush a Timbersaw, right? It just doesn't. Maybe a Viper, but even that doesn't seem like the best option.
Yeah, I mean, something like the DP that was banned, of course, would have been good. Maybe, I know Imperial, they've done that same strat that Fantastic 5 done with the Sniper Troll, and they pulled it out in a game that was very important for them versus Secret, so maybe if they're considering, like, that's one of their clutch strategies, and this is a very important game going to the playoffs, we might see that come. Oh, it's coming. This might be it.
I like it.
It could be the Sniper Troll.
Tell me, let's be honest. We saw this earlier in Global Grandmasters. Can't remember who did it. Off the top of my head, it wasn't Danish Bears or Imperial because they weren't in the tournament at the time. But somebody else ran the strat where it was the troll sniper, and it worked out beautifully. Like, I think it might actually have been Virtus Pro. Honestly, I can't remember off the top of my head. But
I think it was Team Spirit.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right about that. We'll go with that then. Right.
Well,
we'll see.
I hope it's not that. I don't know how I feel about that versus like Timbersaw, Night Stalker, Disruptor as a sniper. Yeah, typically Baby Knight like
sure
takes
it's
it
fine.
mid.
It's fine, dude. Don't even worry. Come on. There's no way it's a bad idea in this situation. No way. Oh, we'll see though.
I'm trying to think. I know, like generally with Faceless Void, this is what they do. It is the sniper play. They don't pick the hero all too often.
Well, we'll wait and see as there's 17 seconds left to reserve time. It's Invoker for Imperial.
Oh,
Baby
like
Knight Invoker, as you've talked about. I'm a fan. Tell me about it a little bit, Trent.
It's just a comfortable hero, get some stun strikes, get some kills rolling, got the Earth Spirit to help you out in the mid lane. This is a pretty decent duo up against the Star. Might be able to secure something. You wouldn't mind something a little bit more aggressive, perhaps, than the Phoenix as a secondary support, so you can get like maybe a dual smoke mid. But level 6, let's just go Chrono Timbersaw and see if we can bring them down. That's kind of how I feel right now.
Well, minute left to reserve time coming out for KP as well, for this hero. What are they going to go for? What's their choice? They have the Disruptor picked up, so they
lot
don't
of
need a
offlaners
mid.
gone.
Yeah, I mean, they that's the thing. Beastmaster's still available, though, again. So if they want to go down that route, they certainly can.
Yeah, that's pretty much the best one left, right? I mean, the Coon plays a really nice Nature's Prophet as well. So maybe if they start to think towards like abusing the Chronosphere, like that long cooldown, you're thinking about someone that can do a little bit of split push when that's down and feel relatively safe. That could be an option for them, but with the Juggernaut here, a nice little hero up against the Egg. Now that the lifesteal is removed, he can just spin, do the same thing. Great magic immunity up against the Invoker. This is really solid. They're going to rely on that silence from the Earth Spirit to try and kill off Bone 7 here. So I think banning the Beastmaster would be smart here from Imperial.
Yeah,
and then
I
looking
think so.
towards I guess I don't even know what's left other than Nature's Prophet, really. I guess the Tide, right?
Yeah, there's Tidehunter.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, what else is there?
Radiant team back.
I'm sure there's something we're forgetting here. Definitely.
I mean, there's still like the
Definitely
Brood, but
Yeah.
I don't think I'm not expecting that here.
I hope not. We'll wait to see. There's another band coming up. And I swear there's something that we're missing right now. Well, I'm sure we'll figure it out, come through, and
5 seconds
like a
remaining.
Spirit Breaker or something. I don't know. I have no idea, honestly, what you pick up in the offlane in this situation, but they'll ban out more than likely a safe lane / offlane hero for themselves. And I think Imperial playing the faces for in the offlane in this situation, they put the safe lane for Ace. Though I don't know who usually plays the Faceless Void for Imperial. I can't say I've seen that too much from them. Well,
It's
many
usually
games
the
to check.
offlane, but you're right. They don't play it all too much, so probably be Hesta Joe. It's not as Darkseer though, man. There's a reason I think it's banned. That guy is like killer on Darkseer. He's actually so good.
it seems to be a common thing in most offlaners in this patch, in this meta even. Lots of good Darkseer players. Swindles,
Radiant team
Bulba, Universe. I'm thinking of a lot of NA players.
Stable
But
hero. Probably the most stable offlaner, you know? He
Yeah.
does well up against like tri-lanes, he can still put pressure on the Iron Shell, he can abuse you if the supports rotate mid, he can jungle very effectively, and also a mech carrier to boot.
What? What?
Dota 2.
What? What? Wait, what? What lane is this in? Where is this going? Is this?
I guess this is like a jugger mid.
That leaves even more questions for me to be answered.
Wraith King.
Well, I'm sure that's
All right.
probably more stable.
Questions continue.
Yeah, I mean, Wraith King's fine. Imperial can win with it. I think it's a great hero in this situation. Let's go. I mean, Trent, closing thoughts before we jump into the game.
I don't have a lot of faith in the Wraith King. I'll see how much farm he can get in the jungle, and maybe that'll turn my tides to my brain.
We'll wait and see. I myself am confused about the Earth, but we'll talk more about it as we get into the game after this draft is completed. So, stick around. We'll be back in just a moment, guys.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back in. We have a quick pause because Bo2 is apparently AFK. Who is playing the Ursa Warrior? It is Bo2. Offlane Timbersaw. And Sing Sing playing the mid Jug. So you called it, Trent, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty stable, right? You get the Jug up against the Invoker. Could be a little worrisome, the Earth Spirit, but again, having that spin, as long as you can dodge, well, you can't dodge the silence is one thing, but early on, it's like a small enough duration, it's 2.5 seconds that you can still get the spin off after and should be able to survive.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how things go for Sing Sing. I think you should be fine, honestly. But I actually like this Wraith King pick a lot for Ace. I'm a big fan. I wish we saw more with Wraith King, to be honest with you, but it's got its time and place, I suppose, in Dota 2 games. I don't know why that is.
He's got some issues, I feel like.
I guess if there's mana burn heroes in the game, it's kind of tough, but I don't feel like that's the only counter. In fact, I don't even feel like that's the most appropriate counter right now for Wraith Kings.
To me, he's like one of these heroes that he like does okay at the beginning game, and then it
Right.
kind of turns into, but then you have a Wraith King on your team. Like, he needs a lot of help. I don't feel like he can like control an engagement like a Sven can in the same way. I don't, even with that whole boost to his crit, because of the new way like non-hero critical damage goes all the way up to 500%, which you're like, oh my god, that's insane. He can so fast. He can kill Lone Druid's bear so well. And those are two pretty sick options from the hero, but other than that, he just feels like weaker Sven in some ways. Like Reincarnate's pretty good, I guess, but I don't even see like a big wombo combo strategy from KP that makes it seem necessary.
I'm gonna play Wraith King, and I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm gonna stream every single day of the week, and I'm only gonna play Wraith King.
To skill build even, I feel like people don't even know what to do. It's like they just buffed up Wraithfire Blast, so now people
You
are,
know,
like,
if
starting
I
to put
could
points in
open,
Wraithfire
if I
Blast.
could open the in-game Dota 2 guides, I would tell you what a skill build is. But personally, I don't know. So,
like people just haven't figured it out yet. Like I see
think
some
people are getting
maxing
2 points.
crit.
No, it's like 2 points Wraithfire Blast max, then you max crit after that. I think is what and then like 1 point in Empirical in almost any situation, because it's just not good enough to get more than 1 point early on in the game usually. So I think that's what you go for on that hero. Bambo, who is faded apparently, is gonna walk right into Noya. He's gonna go toe-to-toe, but Ace has Wraithfire Blast, and Bambo realized that he might have made a huge mistake. Rolling Boulder, Sunray, body blocks. Bambo should be he should die, and he will to Sunstrike. Nicely done for Baby Knight to be able to use that ability.
Yeah, perfect for him.
And that's huge, because that gets him to a lot of
30
gold.
seconds to
Like a
battle.
lot of gold for Baby Knight. Like he's sitting on pretty much nothing. Now has 322. Kappa.
Nice,
Pretty good
nice.
start for the Baby
Wow,
Knight Joker.
that's pretty glorious right there.
Oh yeah, I know, man. You thought I was joking, I bet.
It would only be better if it was Bone 7, where it was like Bone 322. That would be like the only way this would get better.
Yeah, sadly it's not the case, but bo2's got a fair amount of gold himself. He actually has 390. He's gonna get more with the. Oh, they're gonna give the rune to 16 instead. He'll pick up the binding rune, but first out of 6 games this evening for. Actually, second out of 6 games this evening for, of course, Global Grandmasters. And guess what, guys? If you enjoy my cats, and that's not even all that I'm doing today, I have a best of 5 series that are on this evening with Purge, which will be DC versus whoever won between FDL as well as Void Boys. I can't remember who it was, but I didn't quite see the game. Still, a lot of Dota action coming my way today, and just in general. Hopefully, you guys get to join me for all of it. Bambo will walk up mid, look at his zone at Baby Knight. He's got to throw up Void. 16 doesn't have the ability to Blade Fury. He'd have to dive that tower if he wanted to go for it. And for now, it looks like bottom lane, they're looking for Joe. Thunderstrike, they have no glimpse, but Joe can time walk off all of this damage, or at least some of this damage. It looks like he's decided not to, which is a little awkward, but if he uses that time walk, he might be killed another way. 3-3 top lane might get caught out. Sunray, Sunstrip will be dodged nicely, but still Fairy Fire, keeping him alive. Timberchain away, stays alive, gets blocked by the creeps, and will end up falling. Those creeps not there, maybe things turn and actually go his way, but unfortunately the creeps did block him in. It's Imperial. A nice little kill here, and a good way to start this game.
Yeah, they really needed that kill. Like, if he got away there, you're just gonna be so sad on the side of Imperial, because you're committing a lot up top there, and you're leaving Baby Knight out to dry. He's sitting on 1 last hit right now. Sing Sing even got the initial deny on the range creep, so life is awful for Baby Knight. Look at this guy.
Yeah, he's
Bambo's
not
just
having
all
a
up in
great
his
game.
face. Like,
This is
just
awful.
awful.
Yeah.
Oh, more denies for saying, oh, how about another deny? Are you enjoying your time as I'm 7 and 8?
My god, 3-3 might get a double kill the top lane. The Timberchain
Oh,
is gonna get a
no.
triple kill.
No.
And he's
He's
rolling
going
down. Oh my god. I can't believe that just happened.
Alright, top left.
Oh,
There's a little
no.
arrow. You can click said arrow, and then you'll find a disconnect button. Might recommend using it right about now.
Oh my god, he just got almost 1,000 gold. He probably should have gotten more for that play.
Turn back the clock.
I don't even remember the last time I saw an offlaner get a triple kill. It was like back when Darkseer was not nerfed 4 times in a row.
I don't even think he cares if he dies right now. He's like, honestly,
He's still
I don't.
laughing at his computer, I'm sure.
He actually just dodged the Wraithfire Blast. He's gonna die, I think, one way or the other here, but. Alright, well, I mean, they did get the return kill, but there is absolutely no way this should have happened. And Noya's like, I just need to be out of that lane right now after what just happened. And really, him going toe-to-toe with Bambo is not the best thing that could possibly happen. Because again, still, Baby Knight, 2 last hits to Sing Sing's 18. Triple kill coming out for that Timber Saw. And Hester Joe only has 3 last hits as well. Like, everything has suddenly gone horribly, horribly wrong. Hester Joe has time walking. He's again saving it just so that he can survive. There's comes back. Rolling boulder in. Fairy fire. Blade Fury is up. Sing Sing doesn't want to dive the tower. I don't blame him for it. Noelle will take some of that spin damage as well and
Is under attack.
up to top, I suppose.
It's pretty questionable to come bottom at all as a Faceless Void versus Disruptor and Ursa. This is like two heroes that are extremely good versus you. Like, you have the damage over time from the Disruptor, you have the Glimpse to bring you back after Time Walk, and then you have Ursa to totally wreck a Faceless Void. It's just like, it's very bad. I'm very surprised he didn't just Iron Talon right away.
Oh, he should have, I think. But that's neither here nor there. And nothing will. It's...
He's gotta read some Swindle's tweets, man. You know, he's gotta follow that guy on Twitter.
Exactly.
Learn the Iron Talon religion.
Listen, that's a religion that you need to follow. That's, well...
My god, Sing Sing was set up so well for this lane mid.
Yeah,
This is
he's
disgusting.
actually having a great time. But we're going to keep our eyes on top because I feel like there might be a fight breaking out. Ace and him going toe-to-toe. 3-3 is going to take a Wraith Fire Blast. Good boulder smash coming out, rolling boulder. Timber Chain Chakram. One dead. He almost got plenty of damage into Ace. The amount of damage he did is actually insane. And Bambo is looking for either of those kills. Sadly, won't be able to find it. OS Frog, Timber Saw, great hero. What's the skill build? I want to be able to do this from now on. It's double Timber Chain, I guess. 2 points Timber Chain is all you really need. Get out of chat, Mott Pax. I see you in there. What are you doing? Don't make me fire you.
I mean, I had to wait to see their reaction for that play.
I mean, I
did.
I did the same thing. I don't blame you. So. It's still actually like insane. That's gonna get odd shot, I'm sure of it, but or live clipped or Twitch clipped or whatever it's called, but. For now, that is a great start for KP. They have a 1,000 network lead. Maybe not the best start that they had, like last game, unfortunately, but it's still very, very good. Again, the Invoker has got up to 4th in last hit, so he's caught up a little bit. But top lane, looking for Ace. There's the Void. Timber Chain up. Wraith Fire Blast will go. The silence a little bit too late, unfortunately. Whirling Death, one more right click, and now they're going to find Rise. Icarus dives into the jungle. He's going to try to TP out. Luckily, there isn't a Chakram. Whirling Death, it's in time. 3-3 finds himself yet another kill. This Timber Saw is 5-3-1. Now level 6 is enough money finally for his Arcanes, which he should have gotten like an hour ago. Well, not an hour, like 2 minutes ago, considering he just owned that lane. Omni slash mid, Baby Knight, Blaze Fury's up. He has no way of getting out of this. Sunstrike will be swing and a miss out of Sing Sing. No quad swing, so he cannot ghost walk, and even if he could, I think Sing would have been able to kill him nonetheless.
Alright, this game's going so well that Bone7's playing a Vanguard right now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Time to go. First item, Abyssal. I don't know, I'm just joking, but...
Like, Bone7 has no complaints at all. He's like, well, once again, I will be farming in my lane. This guy loves his casual survivability items. Like, he buys Hood or Vanguard virtually every game on Spectre, depending on the opposing team.
Vanguard? Why?
I don't know, man. He's just looking at his
Why?
enemy team like, alright, how do I die? Well, it's gonna be right clicks from a,
You know,
right
they
kick.
could snowball even further, but instead he bought a Vanguard. 3-3 is
Top
going to get
lane.
Boulder Smash Sunray. They do silence it up. Timber Chain coming in. Can 3-3 get the job done? He's got Chakram ready to go. Silence still on the Ace. No reincarnation. Double Chakram hit. They've got another Void ready to go. Sunstrike might hit, and it will, but it's not enough damage. Bambo will find himself that kill on the Wraith King. Now Amelia is going to get chased up. Bambo trying to bite a block. Can't find him. There's sounds coming through. Void's up in 1 second. Ready to go. They have, I think, another Timber Chain ready. The Chakram first coming out. Whirling Death is it there? And it's not even needed. Actually, he did use it at the end there. They're going to dive even further, looking for the 3rd kill in this lane. Another Void. Rise will try to TP out, and he will be able to make it away. Chakram not in time. I don't think 3-3 actually had the mana to work with. Still, it is 2 quick kills going in succession. 2 KP once more, and it's just not going well for this dire squad of Imperial yet again. And
Now,
Hester Joe
somehow
continues
Bambo is above the position 1 again. Look at this guy, this man. Like, all of this on top of the fact that you have one of the best supports to be snowballing on early on is just insane for KP.
I don't understand how this. It's like pretty much the exact same net worth. Baby Knight's like sort of in the middle of everybody, and then all of the other players for KP, with the exception of the support, are ahead of everyone else for Imperial. So this is like the exact same start that we saw with the last game. So yeah, it's not a great beginning to this game. They, however, will smoke it for Imperial, looking for the Coon or 3-3, and he might very well get scattered out here. Wraith Fire Blast, no reincarnation still. Bambo is waiting to help him. Great Fire Blast, Sunstrike on top. This should be enough damage for Sunray on top. Pretty good damage, all things considered. Timber Chain, good damage with that Whirling Death. Not enough yet. He's Chakram. This is on that Fire Spirit. No, he hits, but does he have enough damage? Ace Might fall. He will. Bambo gets himself the kill. Even when they find a trade, it's still not a good one.
Oh, he's got
Noya will TP out, and it will make it away. But he actually TP'd to underneath the tier 1 tower. Sixing knows this, and he's looking for an Omni Slash. Blade Fury first. Noya doesn't have Rolling Bolt away. He's dead. Rise is looking for an Icarus dive. It's on cooldown for 13. Glimpse level 2. They need vision.
Yeah, he's dead.
Is he? Yeah, he is. Void comes out. Comes back. Good kinetic field. 3 dead for the 1 trade. This game is spiraling out of control yet again, Trent. Yet again.
Yeah, bo2 now up to the Morbid Mask as well. Gonna casually like head into the Roche pit whenever he wants, pretty much. Doesn't matter how long it takes to take your Roche, because I'm
he's doing it. He's doing it now, dude.
This is amazing.
This is the best thing ever.
bo2, what a guy.
Well, this'll take an hour, probably. Maybe not, actually, with level 4 Fury Swipes and level 2 Overpower.
Rage too,
yeah, and
you know?
Rage, yeah, he should be fine, actually. And they don't know this is happening. There's no vision over here for Imperial. Stacey might have helped.
Some of this experience,
Yeah,
maybe.
Sting's like, all right, let me leech that experience real quick. I'll take Ancients, you take Roche, and we'll be back and reconvene in about 5 minutes. All right, break. Just
No,
kidding.
there's an Invoker that needs to die.
Yeah, when there's an Omni Slash ready to go, although he is getting hit by the tower, Sing not realizing the tower vision is there. And it's a 9-minute Vanguard Morbid Mask Aegis pickup for Ursa. Mid lane, there is some action happening. Bambo is going to feed himself away as he gets caught by Sunray Boulder Smash. Noya finally helping out his team. So by the way, 12-6, I want to throw out the score. Half those kills, I'm sure, for 3-3. Yeah, he has half of his team's kills. And then he has an extra 3 assists on top of all that.
Yeah, I feel like, just once again, KP, the lanes are just so questionable from Imperial in virtually all 3, actually, because you had a solo Timbersaw, and yes, they got the level 1 kill. And we talk about how important that was because of everything that was happening to Baby Knight mid. But they didn't rotate mid right away. They still stayed up against this Timbersaw. He gets the triple kill. Like, you're basically like giving him more opportunities with more heroes, in some ways, right? Versus mid lane, where constant pressure on Baby Knight, didn't get any help from his supports. Bottom lane, the Faceless Void decides to go into a lane versus a Disruptor and an Ursa, where you're just going to get less farm than jungling, and you can't put any pressure on an Ursa. There's no way. Like, you're not going to stop bo2 from free farm.
No, you really weren't going to ever do that to begin with.
So they just, like, lost all 3 lanes from their initial setup, and they didn't make any rotations to try and, like...
When that triple kill happened, you were absolutely right. The game was never going to be good from that point on. Like, they had so much work to do as soon as that happened, because that's so much gold. You're missing on so much farm from your Wraith King. And now I agree with you about the Wraith King pickup. If that was a Sven, maybe they get the kill. Actually, they probably don't do anything really, but I don't know, dude. I'm looking for...
I mean, realistically, hero picks don't even matter. It's so much as like the lanes and just not adapting. It kind of feels like here from Imperial, but again, they're no slouches. They're not gonna just quit out, you know, go home, lick their wounds or anything like that. They're still staying in, they're fighting. You still have that first Chronosphere to be used. Maybe that can be enough to turn it around, get themselves a big pick. Although, how do you kill bo2 in Chrono?
Sunstrike.
This man, he's got the Aegis.
Sunstrike. You have to Sunstrike.
He's got Vanguard.
You have to Sunstrike. You have to have Supernova on top of Sunray. You have to have like a Magnetize. That's really the only way that I could see that happening. Yeah, they don't actually have any damage right now, not with Wraith King at least. And the rest of the damage is Baby Knight. Well, I mean, it's a Sunstrike at this point. That's it, man. They have no real damage coming out for Imperial right now. And they're going to smoke and wrap around and find Joe. Unfortunately, he will be able to get out more than likely. Things have been scouted. It is Silence on the rise, comes back in for his dive, and Silence on top just to make sure they bring him down. Not even really necessary. He's going to get jumped on. He does have Reincarnation. And they're going to turn their attention toward Joe, who gets off the Sunstrike, and with, of course, the Chronosphere. bo2 has the Aegis, not the target you really want to go for. And Rage comes out, there's the Reincarnation. Noya gets silenced up as well. They're going to get up some mana for Ursa. Turn their attention to Ace yet again. Wraithfire Blast came through. Bambo is on the board, ready to go. Meanwhile, they'll take down, or try to take down the Invoker. Baby Knight getting caught out, and looks like he might actually fall. Still on the other side, 3-3, almost bringing down Ace. Not enough. He can't get the job done. All of a sudden, KP not having the greatest fight. It's a 2-for-2 exchange. bo2 still has the H, mind you, so he should be okay and ready to go. While this is happening, Jug's just split pushing top and has to Joe. Pretty low in HP. He needs to be careful. They have another Silence ready to go. He is going to time walk away. If they had a Groupstage, that would have been an easy kill. But they are not really scared of anything at this point for KP. They're just diving behind towers. They're being super YOLO and not really being... there's nothing really happening that's stopping them from this, so...
Yeah, the respawn's coming back up, so Bone's probably gonna look to back here unless he wants to free-lose Aegis.
Sunstrike,
just
Sunray?
might.
Yeah, that's Aegis. Oh, good in rage. Actually, very good rage. That was an insane rage, and he's actually going to find the kill on Rise as Bambo stays around a bit longer. Time walk forward, no chronosphere, rolling boulder misses. They have to hit a boulder smash, but the time cooldown for 8 seconds, and Bambo's too speedy with phase boots at nighttime. He actually should just be fine. Meanwhile, Sting is like still dealing with these tier 1 and tier 2 towers elsewhere. He's like, guys, can you just help me push, please? Anything there? No? Temper change Chakram from the Coon to help out with, of course, finally pushing into this tier 1 tower. Imperial have, I think, been devastated. This is one of the, I don't want to say it's not a bad performance, but it's been one of the worst early games you'll ever see for a team to have happen to them. And it's not any fault of their own. I mean, it kind of is, but it's not entirely their own fault.
It's a lot of crazy play from the Coon, honestly. Like that triple kill top.
That definitely shouldn't have happened. They probably should have grouped up near trees, but whatever. Comes back, they'll find a static storm onto Heston Joe with Void on top and another silence ready for Bambo. Should find the skill. Good fairy fire. Almost time walked away, actually. Was about to make it out, but unfortunately not able to do so. And again, Kaipi just continue to push this tier 2 tower. They're trying to finish this game a lot quicker than the game we just saw a second ago.
Yeah, and they're rocking this strategy from Imperial that's so lacking on damage, right? I mean, you think about the itemization that Ace would even go into, it's probably Blink Blade Mail for the most part, unless you want to get that early armlet that could still be solid, but the reason that these Vanguards are so good, it's like, what are you gonna do? Like, you don't have any damage to kill them now, and they're just gonna cast all their spells on you from the superior levels.
Ace is going, dude, Ace is going Midas. They know they have no damage. They know they have no early game. God, like, they can't do anything at this point. It's a 14-minute Midas. That might be one of the more I think, Hail Mary Midas because I've ever seen, honestly. That's like a...
TI4?
Right, exactly. It's right up there. I was going to say, it's right up there with that item purchase in that situation. Someone that was at TI4 that watched that live, that still kind of disgusts me, but... Anyway.
Gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, at least it's a solid item on Wraith King for crit. He's got 3 points into it. Look at him crit that creep. 532 damage. Double damage on
dude,
neutrals.
he does no damage whatsoever.
Oh, there it is again. 526.
Stop the trend.
He's putting in work.
Just hit F5 real quick. Just hit F5. And look at Imperial's items, and then look at Kaipi's items.
Yeah. 12 Kaipi is kinda good.
Yeah. There's like... It's like some people are lucky enough to have treads, and then others have like just a brown boot stick. Chrono onto 2. Can they actually find any of these skills? Sunstrike on top of Bambo will do some nice damage. Good silence. Magnetize not there just yet. Finally, we'll go. Here we go. This might be the fight to change everything for Imperial. They're about to lose 2 on side of Kaipi. Omni Slash. I think we'll start used by 60. We'll grab the kill on Rise. The oil will ended up being traded here. It looks like we're about to be. Looks to be 2 for 2 when all things are done.
Jukes.
No such luck there. Meanwhile, 3-3 is chasing down another target who did end up, I think, TPing away. Still, that is the best possible situation you can have, I think, for Imperial, and it is still a 2 for 2 trade. So, you tell me, Trent. You tell me.
A little bit depressing. So, I mean, they get a solid chunk of gold, 469 over to that Earth Spirit, a little bit of gold going to the Invoker. So, what's it like? Almost 500 in terms of net worth victory for them. Woohoo! One step at a time, but losing their tower. And not going to be the play here. And once again, it's still 4 to 5. The Wraith King's starting to catch up. These Midas may be putting in a little bit of work here, but you can just see the punish that's going to be coming, right? One more Roche in 40 seconds. We'll know the time precisely. And what are you going to do? They need that second tier of items so quickly from Imperial.
Oh, I'm sure this game is probably over, actually. I hate to say it, because there's a lot of instances where you can come back. They just don't have anything. As you talked about last game, Kaipi have to make some drastic errors on the high ground push. They have to make some big team fight errors. And they've already dove past like tier 2 and tier 3 towers. They still haven't been punished for it, so I don't really know what you could do in this situation for Imperial to keep this game even. But even's not even the word. It's 12,000 net worth advantage, and it is Ace going for or not an armlet. Excuse me. It looks like he's going to be going for that blade mail, but that's not going to do enough, I don't think.
Yeah, it's like okay versus the Timbersaw, of course, very good up against the Ursa, so that'll be handy. It'll delay Bone 7 killing him ever so slightly. But
Yay.
Question is, what are you gonna do while that blade mail's actually up? Like, how can your team capitalize on top of that Ursa during those moments? And I'm not sure what the real possibilities are gonna be here.
Well, it's not going to be easy, I'll tell you that much. This is, I mean, he doesn't even have the blade mail yet. We're already talking about it. And they will find a Chrono Spirit and Sunray going to ban, though. That's one big kill. They'll easily find with Sunray's out. Thank God for
Support
Sunray, man.
down.
Because if they had Sunray, if they didn't have Sunray there, there's just not that much damage. Sunray's just so good.
The hero, honestly. I mean, there's a reason he didn't cast Egg, and like he cast like 3 times last game or something, and they still first pick it. This game tells you this hero must be.
He must be pretty good. Yeah,
he
must be pretty good, honestly. Like, forget Supernova. Who cares about that ability? I like it, but not necessary. Sunray,
it's mostly for
you
show.
only need your E button, and then you will like. I think I talked with someone about this. I might have actually been you. You can replace all of his other abilities with like just stat points and just keep Sunray, and you'd still be pretty good. I don't know how true that actually is, but I'm sure there's some truth to it in one way, shape, or form.
I'm sure it's close enough, but they can't fight the Roche, sadly. And this is just kind of the nail in the coffin, one would imagine. They can just march into this last tower in the bottom lane, start approaching the high ground. They're going to have the Agnons up here from the Night Stalker at that point, and it will be very difficult once more for Imperial to try and find that initiation point to actually give them an edge in these fights. Like, good luck to Hesta Joe. I can understand the Vlad's build, but without a Blink Dagger, there is just like no way you get a good surprise chrono.
Yeah, this is not looking great. I just don't know what else to say, my friend. Let's look at the odds real quick coming out for the bets for fanabet.com. 1.0 again for KP and 8.39 again for Imperial. I feel like I've seen these odds before. So, yeah. Again, going the way of KP once more. Not quite the same odds we had in the first 5 minutes of this draft, but... Well, what are we going to do?
Can't say I would recommend hopping all in on Imperial right now.
I don't think so, no. Maybe a 5
I don't
cent
think they have
bet.
the heroes.
Maybe a 5 cent bet if you're feeling a little bit lucky about the potential late game situations of Imperial, but I wouldn't put more than 5 cents on Imperial right now.
Whoa, you're a real risk taker there.
I know, man.
Careful.
Trust me.
Whoa.
That's how I made all my money in Manila when we went and gambled with, of course, blackjack. And there was a lot of blackjack to be played, but I'll tell you, man, I started out with $80 USD, ended up with 1,000. So
there you go, man. See, listen to this guy. He knows what he's saying.
yeah, really what it came down to is I didn't know how to play blackjack, and then I played like 20 hands with Charlie and Blitz, and they all just... Eventually, I started learning out the plays and what was the efficient play from Purge. Purge was sitting next to me, and he's just like, okay, if you're ever in a situation where you're, I think it was like if you're against a jack or any sort of 10, and you have a 15, you're gonna want to surrender. That's the efficient play. And then Blitz and Charlie are on the other side of the table. You're just like, no, don't do it. You're an idiot. You always have to go in hard every single hand. I'm like, listen, I really want to keep my money. I know you guys are rich, but I'd like to have some money.
Information coming out here.
I mean, and Purge was all about the efficient plays. Charlie and Blitz were all about the YOLO plays. So it depended on how I was feeling at that point in time of the day.
I mean, that's just a couple of Storm Spirit pickers right there.
Honestly. It honestly is. And there was more than one occasion where we talked about Storm Spirit and how he just wasn't a very good hero at the table. And it was funny because there was a slot machine that every time like you'd get a certain chance to have something happen to the slot machine, and it said something like, you win a chance to be triggered. And so every time we would lose a hand, that would come up like, win a chance to be triggered, and we're just like, triggered, no. So it was kind of fun. Shout out to
these are the inside D tiers, guys. You know, this is the stuff that doesn't show up on the panel.
Like, well, I mean, I'm sure they talked a fair bit about their gambling experience. They did get the tickets for 2 of their casino dealers. A guy named Mings and another guy. Charlie got him 2 tickets to Manila, to the actual event at the casino, which was pretty cool. But yeah, I know you clearly want to hear more about my casino details, Trent. So I'll keep talking about it. You seem totally invested and interested about it.
I'm wondering if Bone7 does the dirty and goes through the diffusal. I mean, we've already seen it. It's a very solid item on Ursa overall.
Why is that the dirty in this circumstance? Oh, against the Wraith King? I don't see why not.
Play.
Yeah, I mean, probably. I mean, I think you just win the game if you. I mean, it's also super. It's also super good against Void too. Let's not forget that. Not to mention against the rest of the team.
And Earth Spirit. I mean, overall, it's just like the item this game. I mean, I've seen chat getting a little bit angry just because they were kind of expecting it instead of the Vanguard? Why didn't he like get the blink into the defusal a little earlier on? Maybe the Mask of Madness, and then after the Vanguard, okay, now he'll get defusal because
Listen,
everyone else can initiate
he's got
for him.
like he's just about got enough for the defuse, I believe. I think it's actually
33-ish?
now. Is it 33? I have to look for 3150. He's getting close to it, so yeah, he's not quite there yet. But he'll with this Roche and a couple of creep waves, he'll have it, guys. So there you go.
Unless he gets like boring and gets a BKB or something and just wants to win. But he's gonna have Aegis, so that's not the play.
All right, well. Boom. Well, we're back into the game. There's going to be the Roche. They'll pick it up for Sing Sing. He'll be grabbing the Aegis. Then they have now Vanguard for the Juggernaut as well, who eventually get that Abyssal Blade. But at this point in time, it looks like Kaipi, just all they really need to do is find one or two more good engagements, and then they can finish this game off. So we'll be getting there sooner rather than later. The Aghanim Scepter's up for Night Stalker, as he has his third component done in about 25 gold, which will happen from either a Creep Wave or a Tier 2 Tower. And he's got it now, flying out. So now you have not only plenty of damage coming out from Kaipi, plenty of survivability, but you have even less vision advantage going the way of Imperial. And they have put a lot of emphasis on keeping their jungle completely warded up, as you can see
look
here.
Look at the siege. Well, while they're over there, by the way, bo2's not even here. Sing Sing's just up on the high ground. And by the way, Sing Sing stole the Aegis. I mean, I'm sure that was a quick battle to the death there.
He stole the Aegis, is what you said?
Yeah, man. What's up with this?
Yeah, he definitely stole it, I'm sure.
Bo2 get it?
I'm sure. bo2 looking for the Tier 3 tower, not looking for Ace. It's not, doesn't have that diffuser blade yet, mind you. Sing Sing gets stood up, so does MDL. It's time to fight, guys. Cold snap on a Sing Sing, no more Blade Fury. Okay, they're not gonna fight this. They have Chronosphere. He's gonna have Vlad's pretty soon as well. That's the game change. You got him. Oh, he went BKB. Well,
yeah. Once you know the Aegis, I can definitely understand that.
There you go. Geomagnetic Grip onto Sing Sing. Silences him up. Ace will continue to push out these waves, and AP, all they really have to do is just slow siege this, and eventually they'll be fine.
Waiting patiently here. I mean, they're looking for that big opportunity that never quite came last game, so I'm not sure if Kaipi are going to be willing to provide it this time. Maybe getting a little impatient from them, perhaps, you know? It's like, we stomped you last game, and you guys didn't give in, and trying to make it end a little faster.
Oh man, Ace is just taking already half of his HP full and damage from the Coon. Wraith Fire Blast gets destroyed by Sing Sing's Fury. Has a Manta still if he needs to use that as well to destroy the Wraith Fire Blast on top of it. So he has other ways to push to, which he has yet to use the Manta. bo2's BKB's finally been delivered. They have the Aghanim Scepter, so they have plenty of good vision. They really want this Tier 3 tower. bo2's got to pre-charge his overpower and get ready to go yet again. He's going to jump and find Noya. Another Wraith Fire Blast though, BKB not popping bo2. Now remember, he doesn't have Aegis. Ace is going to go toe-to-toe. Good Sunray damage. bo2 now protoed up. They're going to look for him and MDL as well. Supernova on top. Good fight so far, all things considered. They'll blow 2 and Kaipi. Sing Sing might be the third to go down. That is just the Aegis and now Coon. And the rest of the crew have to do it all on their own. They brought Ace down for the first time. The Aegis is up as well for Sing Sing. Omnifest will go on to Baby Knight. Now bounce skip to Hesta as well. And it's just not enough damage in Sing Sing and Coon. They have to get out on their own. Sing Sing now trying to TP away. Coon will not be so lucky trying to TP out. He has to deny himself as he gets caught by another bash coming in from Hesta Joe this time. The time lock stops his TP from going through. Not a great fight for Kaipi, and Imperial actually get a lot of gold. Almost a 3,000. It is a 3,000 gold swing going their way. Pretty good, all things considered, for Imperial as well.
Yeah, I think that does just come down to a little bit of the impatience of Kaipi. Like, you're in a situation where you know there's 5 heroes up the top, and I know you're feeling like really powerful and everything, but like moving around the entire map, right? Talking about farming and trying to make the most out of it. Really got a ton out of this fight. They were all prepped, they were all set up. They have a Phoenix and a Faceless Void. There's no threat of split push right now from Kaipi, so perhaps worried about this game going later.
Noya can't afford to die here.
God, that's
time
so
dilation
good.
Though, pretty good ability, I will say at the very least.
Versus Timber,
yeah.
You know, probably one of the best ones. Weaver, Timber. Right
yeah,
there.
I definitely agree with you. Time dilation, it was level 2, I think, at the time, so it was an 8-second duration of time dilations. Pretty nice. Alright, well. Guys.
Force staff now done up there, and another saving mechanism. But Imperial just not quite able to get things done right now. They got the big save for sure. I mean, giving them that, but gotta go out there, gotta get some more plays happening. Very reliant on this Chronosphere cooldown. They can start looking towards that Blink Dagger for Hestejo, and maybe then they can get a little bit more aggressive. But now KP, you gotta imagine you're gonna be starting playing the patient game. Things might get a little bit bland as Bone7 starts building towards that Abyssal Blade. That's a long build up.
Yeah, I don't think... I'm pretty sure KP just don't go for that type of play again. I think they wait for another Aegis, and I think you go and... We're going to be sitting here for a while. I do like the Necro pickup, by the way, for Bambo on the Night Stalker. It's not something you see like ever
really nice.
on a Night Stalker, but I think it's a good choice given the circumstances of this game.
Yeah, get that mana burn going.
We had talked a lot about how we thought KP had this game in the bag. I mean, I certainly did, and I still feel that way. But I feel like Imperial with that last team fight have shown that yeah, we have the damage, yeah, we have the team fight. It just comes down to us hitting a good Chronosphere and having some good team fight on top of all of that. So there's certainly more opportunities for them going into the mid to late stages of this game. And with these Midases, they'll be able to catch up at least a little bit. But it's not going to be the easiest thing in the world for KP to end this game, is what's been shown so far.
Yeah, you can see them grouping out. The second darkness happens too. Trying to make sure they're not all jumped on. But again, Chronosphere backup, so it's kind of scary right now. You probably wait till at least darkness is over, so you can use at least what little vision advantage that you, or vision, I should say. There's definitely never going to be vision advantage, but what small view into the world of this map they can get, they're going to have to use if they want to go for some sort of a smoke here from Imperial.
Let's see what Imperial try to do next. They have the armament up for Ace as well, and we'll see where we go from here for this Danish squad. The old Danish Spirit squad just being picked up by Imperial not too long ago. Of course, their open qualifier run stopped by MDL stack, as you talked about. And Danish Spirit's not done yet.
Yeah, hoping to not have their playoff run ended by the same man here. Yeah, standing. By the way, he's been playing really well. Not had a real chance to shine, though. Like, he had some good swaps last game, but honestly, not much required from him.
Oh, they found an illusion. Woo, good stuff.
At least no chrono. But, you know, I guess he's tanking that IO ban first phase. That guy is a IO monster. It's his most played hero in pubs. He's got like 670 games or something on it and a 66% win rate. Pretty good.
Yeah. Pretty solid player.
Decent guy.
Decent guy. Great lad. Great lad. And they'll take the tier 1 tower together as a team for Imperial, and Bambo will try to split push top. No more outer towers, so it's just a bit more of that waiting game as we had talked about. So KP will continue on with their split push, and Imperial will do their job of just trying to get as much done as possible given the amount of space, the amount of vision they've gotten accrued throughout this game, and the deficit there they've put themselves in.
Yeah, Sing Sing building up into that butterfly, it's going to be impossible to deal with, honestly. I mean, Wraith King did not want to buy an MKB ever.
No, that's not
synergize well with this hero at all. No, I'm going to be happy. So, you see Hestejo, he's actually moving into that Diffusal Blade. Thanks to that fight going so well, that's actually okay. I'm alright with it. You know, you're not going to have to blink for the big saves, but...
Who are you talking about?
For the Void.
Yeah, that's what I was... I like it. I think it's a good choice. I think, again, my biggest problem with them was that they just didn't have damage from the get-go, and they're starting to get that now. They have an Aghanim Scepter up for the Invoker, which is really good, but they have an Echo Saber also, which they just picked up for the Wraith King. I don't know when he got that. He must have just gotten that item. I don't know if you talked about that already.
No, it just came out.
Yeah, I actually like that pickup a lot, I think.
Yeah, he needs to get aggressive right now and have some power to fight, because at any time KP could come knocking, right? And get right back into a fight, and that last fight went extremely well. Pretty much everything, like major, humongous chrono there. Very well played from Hestejo. So, unless that happens again, that fight could just go a little different direction 2 minutes after. So, I like the fact that he's like, okay, I need to get better right now in case it doesn't get a giant chrono from my teammate.
We'll wait and see if that chrono is going to come out. You can see that KP a little bit hesitant to take that next fight. Imperial, they're kind of itching. They're sitting together as 5, always behind at least the Wraith King or another hero. And again, without that splitting up, they're not going to get the most farm off the map. And again, KP will continue to have a net worth advantage here, as I've checked the graph at least 5 to 6 times over the past 5 minutes. With Roche coming up here momentarily in the next minute or so, that might be in the next go time. And again, with Imperial having that Chronosphere, Supernova on top, Sunstrike, all the damage coming up from the Invoker, there could be a chance we can contest this. Easier said than done with all these items coming out for KP, as we talked about the Vanguards, the double Vanguard coming out with the now Abyssal Blade for Bone7 coming soon. Butterfly for Sing Sing coming here momentarily. They have the Ags up, Necro 1 for Bambo, who's actually still in the stash. Doesn't have any room for it just yet, but for now it is still a very KP heavy game. KP sided game, and until we see one of those big team fight ultimates again from Imperial, I don't think that'll change anytime soon.
And it's the same issue as last game too, where you're looking into this scenario that you can try and find to try and come back in this game, and you're up against nice soccer vision with the Aghanim Scepter. Like, once that comes online, the game just changes drastically for Imperial. How do you fight this Roche? I mean, you can't. Like, they have no wards across the map because Bambo's just been so deep the entire time, running in circles on the dire side of the map. He's just like, oh, where are your wards at, guys? Yeah. And he just keeps taking them down with his Quelling Blade.
I mean, and that's his job, too. So the Imperial should know that their wards are going to be only lasting for, you know, a minute or two at the longest length. So Imperial kind of have to be a bit lucky with their wards. They will be over towards Roche as it respawns. The Abyssal comes out at the same time. Roche is up now for bo2, so he'll make his way over there. No TP scroll, by the way. He still has that more Masculine infused raindrops to make it just that much tankier. And they'll send in some Force Spirits, and Bambo will try to bring these down. He needs to maybe think about being careful. He has the Gem of True Sight, can't get caught with the Chronosphere. If he does, there's no swap out again, as the Vengeful Spirit's not there for MDL. My dream life. So they'll sit together for the time being. Sing Sing now getting closer to that Roche Pit. He has his Butterfly ready to go. Level 3 Omni Slash. And all right, still no Diffusal Blade, so no mana burn coming out for KP just yet. And at some point they might go for that route, but they haven't gone for it yet. And bo2 will head into the Roche Pit. Overpower, Fury Sparks are up. Sunstrike will scout things out, and we'll see Imperial back up to the base. They pick up the Diffusal Blade for Joe. And nobody's heading over to that pin by the time they get over there. I think bo2's going to finish this up if they decide to contest it. It looks like Trent, they're going to give it up. Yeah, it's so risky, and it's very dangerous, and I think they'd rather just take the fight on their own high ground. And the fact that that Blink Dagger also not picked up by Joe, again, nice because of the... It's going to give them a little bit more damage, but just not able to get that same setup, so... It's tough. Maybe Bambo will get like the clutch mana burn off the Archer. That'd be pretty sick, you know? Yeah. The very last moment. But... He has Necro 3. He literally actually just went from Necro 1 to Necro 3 in the span of like 5 minutes, by the way. Yeah. And I was going to say, well, he only has Necro 1. I don't think it's going to be... The mana burn's not that much. But now with Necro 3, that's a completely different story, so... We'll wait and see. It's a smoke up from Imperial. They'll look up to that top lane. Sing Sing's gonna get close there with that top rune spot, but he doesn't have to that top lane. They had some good vision coming out. I don't know. Doubt they smoked under one of these wards. One of these two wards for the Radiant team. But it seems as though KP, they don't really care what Imperial are doing. They're kind of just gonna group up together and head either towards mid or bottom lane and push one of these lanes in and try to take a Rax. And again, that range Rax bottom very low, so that's one target they can go for. Maybe Knight will pick up a Lincoln Sphere for himself, as he's the only one not with his team for Imperial, as they're all down to that top lane. And now they'll all TP back home, getting ready for this defense. Yeah, and we'll see how this impacts KP this time. You know, are they going to feel that threat of, okay, all 5 heroes are sitting within range, you know, and they can all start up their big wombo combo? Are we going to send just one hero off top once again with Sing Sing and maybe wait out a little bit longer instead of that big jump from bo2, perhaps try and force out the Chrono first? Because look how much damage you can get done just through Aegis. Sing Sing, of course, is going to try to siege with said Aegis. He does a nice little bit of chip damage to the melee Rax. Of course, that will regen if they're not careful. Range Rax, of course, not regenning, obviously. He's sitting at still half health right now. And the Ace now picking up a Javelin. It looks like he will be going for that MKB or maybe even a Basher down the road. But for now, bo2 just constantly prepping that overpower. Yeah, he's constantly free casting it, making sure he has it. Ace will jump in, looking for damage. And now bo2 goes and looks for Famous Knife, but then the Ghost Wall comes through, and Ace holds step on the bo2. Static Storm hits it. Only gets the kinetic blow to the Ace. Necro Archer is doing work, but he's got enough for reincarnation. He doesn't get it off in time. The Rax, though, about to fall. Sing Sing about to lose that Ace if he's not careful. There's the Blaze Fury coming out, still in trouble. Chronosphere on top, looking for bo2 and Sing Sing. Supernova as well. Drops on top of it, but look at Coon going to work on Ace with the help of Bambo. Not enough damage just yet. Supernova said coming through, they'll lose Bambo. Now Sing Sing's Aegis is going up and has to show. That's it, no more Chronosphere. They will lose the Rax and now Rise. Omni Slash coming in. And Coon in the back lines will push them all back. They do get the kill on the Raid King. Yes. KP still only get one set of Rex, so have to back out. Very good exchange, however, coming out for that Radiant squad, and Imperial cannot hold, even with Chronosphere. They do take down the Rex, they do take down the Cheese, or excuse me, they take down the Aegis, they take down the Cheese, but it's just not enough, as KP are 2 taking at this point, Trent. Yeah, no, this is looking good. 730 the Invoker, 740 the Earth Spirit. Quite a bit of gold heading their way, but again, KP just getting the Rax. It's all that really matters, you know, one step at a time. Again, the cooldowns will be reset. It'll be a minute now before the Chronosphere. We'll have the Supernova up at the same time, and then we'll be back to this battle, that high ground. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait for Aegis again, though. That's the thing. Yeah, that is a little bit of a question there. Like, Sing Sing, his next big item,
on its way here. It will be that full BKB, so I think that's actually enough. That it'll be like a pseudo Aegis that would allow them to go high ground once more.
I don't know. I feel BKB is certainly a good item for Sing Sing, but that Aegis is what allows them to push and to take that Rex without really losing that much out of it. You know, if they take that fight, they don't have Aegis and cheese, then bo2 and Sing Sing probably die, and that's too much gold to be given away to Baby Knight and the rest of the Imperial crew. Even if they do take Rex there, it's a lot of gold to trade away. I think in that situation.
Yeah, it's true. bo2 doing a little bit of cleanup here. Gets his full 5 raindrops back into the Roche pit.
Hey.
Nice value. Nice. You know, no one coming in and snagging those with a courier or anything. So he's ready to do some battle in the mid lane.
Despite Food's early game, by the way, he's only sitting on 7 Bloodstone charges, so...
Yeah, that's true. Maybe that'll be a determining factor, but I like this. They're getting aggressive here. They've got Chronosphere.
Oh, Sing Sing.
He's gonna find. Oh
no!
no!
They went the wrong direction, and the Abyssal Blade's up, but bo2's going in. Static Storm onto 3. Nicely done. Heston Joe does his Chronosphere, getting brought back into that silence, and he will fall in the end. Omni Slash on top. They will lose nobody just yet. The Supernova gets off in time, but now Noah's gonna get brought down by Sing on the other side of that fight. Coon going toe-to-toe with Rise and Ace. Gets done by that Supernova, but here comes bo2. Baby Knight getting overpowered and Fury swiped down completely. And Sing will find himself a double kill. Ace will bring down at least the Coon, but that is it. No mana for the reincarnation. He'll go down. Dead for 72. And Imperial, they had to fight outside the base, but unfortunately, they were not successful in finding a single kill with the exception of that Timber Saw, and they will have to buy back on everybody with the exception of the Faceless Void who does not have it.
Yeah, it's depressing, it's tough, but that is the play to try and win this game, right? You gotta go outside the base, you gotta try and make something happen. You can't just keep trying high ground. I think that's gonna be enough to come back into this. So, they paid their price, those are their buybacks. People come high ground and we'll see if they can do it again.
Like it's Sphere broken, there's the Abyssal Blade, overpower and range and top Earth Shocks will go, and good Ghost Walk away actually keeps him alive. Necro 3 is not there for Bambo as he's still going to work in the top 2-3 tower. bo2's about to go down and Ace gets the kill with the Wraith King and the Sunray on top. Actually, they get a split gold going their ways. They bring him down with the creeps, I believe. And they will defend for now. They're looking for more. MDL is able to just go ahead and TP out. Chronosphere not in time. Boulder Smash was there, but it was on a little bit slow line, as of course if it was there a little bit quicker, boom, they get that stun, they stop that TP from happening. And KP unsuccessful in taking a full set of racks, successful in buying back on Baby Knight and Wraith King though, and that's really all I think you want for KP in this situation, Trent.
Yeah, and I want to give some props over to MDL. We didn't get a lot of time to talk about that Ancient's engagement, but so solid with the stack storm. Like, he kind of whiffed the bottom engagement, and I think that was one of those things that, whereas now that they have the BKB on Sing Sing, you could have just seen them run up mid, and if MDL gets a better static storm off, that fight goes way better.
Right.
But nice recovery there, being able to stop the Chronosphere completely from happening. And that's why it just looked so easy for KP there. So nice to have the stand and doing work. But you see this Orchid coming in?
No, Baby Knight. Omni Slash silence stuff, more than enough damage. It takes them maybe 2 to 3 good seconds, but with the silence there, he just doesn't have the ability to invoke a Ghost Walk up. And even if he did, the Necro 3 Warrior's there, and it's more than enough to get vision, obviously. And he is dead for 77 now, Trent. Sorry to talk over you, but that's a huge kill.
No, it's okay. That's what I would hope you would do anyway. But bo2's doing bo2 things right now.
He certainly is. That's an Orchid.
So I guess that's in hopes for an eventual Bloodthorn here.
Listen, man, you know, I stopped questioning bo2's builds a while ago, honestly.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, don't do that. You'll get in trouble.
He'll be like, just kidding. My Mask Madness Batrider was actually the sickest thing for a long time in Dota 2.
Yeah, no one talks about the Armlet Midas deck here, though.
No, we don't go that route. Wraithfire Blast, nice dodge, destroying from Bambo, but look at that damage. Ace doing some serious work against that Night Stalker. Not enough to bring him down just yet, but he's supposed to. Good Chronosphere only to MDL, though, but they will find the skill, or at least they shield and Disruptor, and they do. Ace will actually have to hope that he gets off his reincarnation. He's pretty low in health, and they're going to pop the BKB for the Coon. Now there's a silence up for the Rise. They even get off the Urn. Rolling death to the Timber Chain, more than enough. 3-3 finds himself a long Timber Chain to get that kill. Melee Rack's taken to that mid lane. Buyback from Rise, still TPing. Now it looks like 3-3's going to try to get out. Bambo might not be so lucky. He might lose his gem. He's actually getting slowed down. Diffusal Blade doing the work. Echo Saber's there as well. And one more right click, another Diffuse coming in, and that'll do the job. But in the mid lanes, Jug's gonna find another kill on the Rise. He got off the Supernova lane. Yeah, your base is dead. Bambo buys back. Here comes Joy looking for 16. Pops the BKB. If this on the head to Joe, Shock comes up. Good, at least time walk away to avoid most of that damage. Sing Sing, though, needs to be careful. He's going to use his Blade Fury. Sunstrike, not on point. So close, but no cigar, and 6-1 will be able to walk out.
Oh, man,
the Diesel Blade comes out. Lotus Orb comes through. Great shot from Tornado. Is going to be on point, though, and Hestia looking for a bash. They get off the Boulder Smash. They don't need it. They're going to look and turn their attention toward 3-3 instead. Who's going to get caught. And yeah, you can see it happening. bo2 is taking down the entire base. 3-3 out of mana. Diffusal Blade still doing some work. There's Deafening Blast. They finally get the kill, but at what cost? As some famous people like to say, all 3 sets of racks gone. The only thing going the way of Imperial is that they still have tier 4s and a couple of effigies and huts, I suppose. And that's really all that there is to it at this point. I mean, they're trying to hang on as best as they possibly can. They are now down 25,000 in net worth. Jug's back up in 46. They do just buy the Reincarnation, or rather the Wraith King gets an MKB. A lot of other items coming out. There's the Orchid done for Bone7 and the Abyssal for Sing Sing. So a couple of big items here, Trent.
But, Bone might get a chance to use it. Give him the Orchid.
Yeah, later, baby night.
Oh, he didn't even use the triple silence stack?
No,
come on, man.
Come on now.
What's going on here?
Someone else jumps in there and he has to keep his Orchid up. Then if he used it there, then all of a sudden, it might be a bad idea. Probably not, though, but... He's going to pre-cast his Overpower again. Rise is going to jump and gets Orchided. Now he's getting jumped on by Bone7. Pops the BKB. See you later. Boulder Smash will not save you in time. Noya, Rolling Boulder will catch out on 3-3. Chronosphere, they're going to find it only to AL again. Bone7 left him in rage. Actually gets bashed up, I believe, by an MKB and a Time Lock proc, but not nearly enough. Now MDL about to go down. There's doing enough damage from Hestia Joe. Now they're going to find 3-3 with another bash on top. He'll go down. Ace doing some nice work. Still, Bone7 now backing away. Bambo getting tipped up by Hestia. There's another Wraith Fire Blast. Stuns up. They'll find a Time Lock bash. Bone7 looking to go back, and there's the Orchid onto Ace. Bambo about to get jumped on. Pops connect with 3, looking for Hestia Joe. There's the Abyssal Blade. Was waiting for it to be up. Good Wraith Fire Blast. Time to keep his teammate alive. Now turning his attention towards Ace. Actually, Bone7 getting caught down. Another Diffusal Blade proc going, and they find a triple kill for Ace. The Diffusal Blade charges being used one by one by Hestia Joe, but it's worth it. Now Ace Abyssal coming out. He's got Reincarnation. Stinks and gets the first kill. That's great, but now on the other side, Kuhn looking for Hestia Joe. Time walks away time, but the Ancient is gone. Throughout that entire engagement, they have lost all of their tier 4s. They have lost all of their huts. They lost everything they needed to keep the game even. And Trent, it is going to be a 2-0 for KP.
Yeah, again, just right from the get-go. Didn't have the biggest impact into the later stages, but I mean, triple kill early on. Come on, the Coon looking pretty damn good on that Timber Saw.